The National Ford Report is the second comparative report. For an introduction to the section of Comparative Reports section, see the video guide for the International Ford Report. As a continuation of the International Ford Report, this report covers outputs in journals with article influence score that belong to Web of Science categories grouped under the same Ford field, biological sciences. This report compares bibliometric indicators based on the publication data retrieved from the National R&D Information System, RIV, for the Charles University, and for 3 domestic institutions, Masaryk University, Palacký University Olomouc and the Czech Academy of Sciences, as well as 2 aggregate groups, all other domestic universities, and all other research institutions. The report consists of 1 page with 8 graphs. Similar to the International Report, the National Ford Report starts with 2 graphs depicting the approximate number of the persons at selected domestic institutions doing a research in biological sciences. These graphs show the number of authors affiliated with each institution, whose major share of co-authored output, produced during the reference period, was in biological sciences. The share of output is considered major if it is larger than 30%, or is the largest, in case of Figure 1a, and only if it is the largest, in case of Figure 1b. The 4 graphs that follow represent 2 different counts of scientific outputs, expressed as numbers and shares, across quartiles of journal rankings. The darker shade of color on the graphs indicates greater scientific importance of the journals. Figures 2a and 2b depict outputs in terms of absolute counts, that is, each output is always counted as 1, irrespective of the number of co-authors and their affiliations. Figure 3a and 3b depict outputs in terms of fractional counts, that is, each output is counted as a fraction of 1, depending on the share of its co-authors affiliated with a given institution and their external affiliations. Figure 4 at the bottom of the page shows the average annual rate of growth of absolute counts of outputs in the top and bottom halves of journal rankings. Each number represents a ratio of the sum of outputs produced in 2017 and 2018, divided by the sum of outputs produced between 2014 and 2015, and divided by 2/3. Be aware that a high growth rate can be due to a small number of outputs produced in the earlier period. Figure 5 focuses on fractional counts of outputs in the top half of journal rankings and reveals how individual Czech institutions contribute to more influential publication performance in the field. It shows shares of individual institutions and aggregate groups on the total national output in the top half of journal rankings. Because outputs are counted as co-author prorated shares on this graph, shares always sum up to 100%. To return back to specific sections of this video, see the list of quick links in the description text below. You can also find there a list of quick links to all 7 videos.